we are going to be talking a little bit about how to do school from home. This may be the first time some of you guys have seen or heard from me in a while now. Um, I'm hoping everything is going okay, and I know this is a big adjustment. So, in this first Canvas module, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the expectations and give a little more information. First of all, everything I'm going to do is going to be in Canvas. I might send you guys to Study Island or something. I might send you guys to a YouTube video, but everything will start at Canvas. So that's just a place you can find it. So when you guys get into Canvas, you'll see online learning modules, module 0, keeping in touch. That's probably where you found this video. You might have found it on my calendar as well. Could be different places. This module is going to be I'm going to list all the modules here. And I said this is module 0 because this one isn't really a science content one, but it's our way of like keeping in touch, making sure we're doing the right thing. So here's some expectations. A lot of you guys have already emailed me and asked me about it. Insert video here. That's because I'm recording the video right now. Anyways, you may think this is a little odd. Even if you have worked from home before, it may be different for you. Or maybe if you were working at a virtual school before, you didn't get all the support that you needed. It happens to the best of us. This is a different way to learn. So one thing that we're going to talk about the expectations for how to make this work. One thing that I've had to do is I've had to make a schedule for myself. So my first expectation when I found out we were doing this, I was going to make a schedule. Now, here's like a sample schedule, and I've linked it down below in this page. You don't have to use this schedule. You can make your own schedule. You can base it on what you need to do. Notice I said wake up. Yes, wake yourself up. I know that if I had the option, I would go to bed super late and I would get up super late. That's kind of what I do during the summer. And that's not going to put us in the right mindset. It'll put us in the it's summer vacation mindset or it's break time. And we don't want to do that. A lot of what we'll talk about right now is tricking yourself into remembering that this is still school time in just a different format. So, yeah, definitely get up. I said that I would get up around 8, sure. Sleep in a little bit. I don't want to be getting up at 6 if I can help it. You may have a time that you have to get up. So work that into your schedule, whatever times you guys would. Hygiene. Y'all, working from home does not mean you don't have to take care of yourself. It doesn't mean you can skip on the necessary things like, showering, bathing, wearing clean clothes. Don't wear pajamas all day. It may sound like a great idea, but it makes it harder for your brain to say, oh, we're working. And brush your teeth. I don't care if you're going to be on a video. I don't care if you're not interacting with other people. Brush your teeth. That way, you guys will feel a little bit better about yourselves, especially if you're feeling a little anxiety about this time. Treat the morning like you always treat the morning. That's a great rule of thumb. Notice I said breakfast and cleanup. This is a great time to step up a little bit. Your parents are probably very stressed out right now, very stressed out right now. And sometimes that means we're going to get stressed out too. And this is a great time to prevent problems. And if preventing problems means no, no, baby, no, baby, you cannot be in the video. This is Miss Yvonne. She wants to help me make the video. Bye. Anyways, sorry about that. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, everyone's going to be stressed out. So do your best to make sure that you are helping out. I know a lot of you guys do it already, but for those of you who don't, and you know who you are, make sure that you're doing something to take some responsibilities off of your parents. And if that means after you have breakfast, you clean it up yourself, please make that happen. All right, I said down here 9 to 9:30. Check your email, check your Canvas inbox. I think everyone knows how to get to your Canvas inbox. If not, look right here. And that's going to be where a lot of teachers send messages. You're also going to get emails from us. I'm going to be sending one out, well, a little bit in the future for me, a little bit in the past for you. So I'm going to be sending one out soon that you'll get that will go to your school email. Now, if you've never checked your school email, if you open up a new tab and up here where it says Google Apps, one of the apps is uh, Gmail or email. Um, you might have it in a different place too. If you cannot find it, if for some reason your apps button doesn't have it, if you do mail.google.com and you are logged into your Chromebook, now you got to be logged in to your school account. It will take you to your Google email, and it may ask you to sign in a different way. Anyways, back to my schedule. I put 30 minutes in there. Will it take 30 minutes? Maybe, maybe not. So if something, if you find that something is not going to take that much time, um, you feel free to move on to the next part a little sooner because there's sometimes built into this schedule where gives you a little flexibility. So I said at 9:30 to 10:30, classwork assignments. You might need more time. Um, this is this is kind of a little sample version. I know that mine will not take a bunch of time. So what I would say is make sure that you have at least scheduled times to do your classwork, just like you would have scheduled times to go into their class. Maybe you say Monday and Wednesday are my science days, Tuesday and Thursdays are social studies, and I'll do one of my electives Friday morning. You can change that up as you want to. What I would say is don't cut it into too small of times. Like, don't spend like 10 minutes on every class because you won't get as quality of work. When I say classwork assignments, most of them will be on Canvas. Oh, we're about to have another visitor. Excuse me, baby. So, if you end up finishing early or if you end up needing more time, there is time in here to build that in. Um, but find a time where you can take a break for yourself. This is not something you always get to do during the day, but I said right here that it would be screen-free entertainment, no technology. We are already going to be spending hmm, we're already going to be spending a lot of time on technology ourselves to do school stuff. So you don't want to spend all of your time on a screen. It ain't good for you. So think about things like reading a book or a magazine, doing some kind of puzzle or puzzle book, play some board games. If you have a family member, especially another sibling, this would be a great time to play with that sibling. I'm getting a message from my cat that I need to be playing with her once 10:30 rolls around for me. So I got about 15 more minutes to do this. Um, Once that's done, I said lunch and cleanup. Y'all only have 20 minutes for lunch at school. Take your time. This would be a fun time to make something for yourself, especially if you don't have a lot of experience in the kitchen. This might be a really good time to learn, figure out how to make some stuff. Try it, but make sure you do clean up after yourself. Otherwise, one, your parents will be really frustrated, and two, your space will be really gross. Nobody wants that. All right, in the afternoon, spend some time, make your schedule, do your classwork assignments. I gave about an hour. That's not a lot of time, but you'll notice that I've moved on to math and language arts. Spend a little bit more time with math and language arts. Now, again, you guys can change it the way you want to. 2 to 2:30. Hey, fit time can still be a thing. Um, I know when I work from home, I'm going to be on my butt all day. So it would be smart for me to walk around the neighborhood, do a little dance party. That's going to be another time where I play with my cat because she needs a little more time. She's a baby. That would keep you physically active, keep your body moving. In the afternoon, it says academic screen time. Now, that could be, ooh, I need to add that to the list. If you had work that you didn't have time to finish, you finish your work. If you find some YouTube videos related to something that you're learning in class. Now, you have to be honest with yourself. Is what you're looking at related to your school stuff or ties in some way? That's going to be on you. You could also do extra practice on Study Island or IXL. Find stuff on Newsela that interests you. Like it can be anything. Newsela has a whole bunch of stuff. Or go and learn something new. Like make it time for you to explore the way you never get to explore. And finally, at the end of the day, 3:30 to 4, this would normally be when we're waiting for our buses. Do something to clean or organize your space. You do not want your space to be gross. And that's going to be really easy when you're at home all day to just kind of be slovenly, which is a word that means gross. I'm making a point that 30 minutes every day, I'm doing something different to clean my space. Now, you guys can actually see on mine, I made this for myself. Mine is still in work in progress, but I used a little breakdown that tells me what I'm doing, when I'm doing it. I even put in that I need to be going outside if I can. Oh, great. I have until 11 o'clock to do this. Whoo, I was worried for a second there. But at 11 o'clock, I'm going to probably play with the cat because she's a little needy right now. I'm giving myself less time for lunch because I know I can do it quickly. Uh, I'm actually going to go take a walk around the neighborhood. I'm lucky enough that I'm in a safe place. Nobody around me. Like I'm thinking to the people in like highly developed cities like New York and Chicago who literally can't leave their houses because going outside means you're too close to other people. And that's why the disease spreads so fast. So I feel like I'm lucky. I know my neighborhood. I know that I can get some outside time and not run the risk of spreading any illness. And then I've got some stuff in the afternoon. And look, I even made myself a schedule for what to do. Today is Wednesday, so that means I'm going to declutter my house at 3:30. I'm going to put things away, put them where they belong, all that stuff. These are all small things that you can do. So I spent a lot of time talking about the schedule because that's going to be the biggest important part for you. Yeah, you want to set aside time to work on your assignments every day. Sure, you want to check Canvas every day. But if you have that all on a schedule and you make yourself follow your schedule, that'll be a huge help. All right. Couple housekeeping things. Assignments that I put up here are not going into the gradebook right now. We're going to wait to see what the district tells us to do. This is our way to make sure our brains don't rot while we wait. And a lot of people are emailing me about missing assignments from earlier this quarter. Some of you guys talked to me before we let out, and some of you guys waited until we let out. I will handle that on a case by case basis. Feel free to contact me. I may have to say some assignments can't be made up right now because it might be something that we had to do at school, or I might have to find something alternate to do. Anyways, that's about all I need to do for this. If you want some more tips from working from home, there's a link down here. There's also a link to that schedule we're looking at, but a couple good work at home tips like getting some fresh air, sticking with your routine, creating a workspace. There's a reason I'm not doing this in my office because my office is where I play video games and I want to make a different space for that. This is some really great stuff. Stay connected with people. Fight the urge to multitask. Don't try to do 80 things at once. Where you think you can do it, you can't do it very well. And if you have, it says if you have kids. Now, I know I know you guys might have younger siblings, and that might be a challenge. So right now, that's all we need to do for our expectations. If you have any questions, um, find a way to message me. In the next couple of bits, you'll be able to post some of your concerns on Canvas without having to send me a message, and I might be able to figure it out that way.